for a trip to the Sweet 16 and a matchup with either Utah State or Purdue on the line right now. And Graham Ike and Hunter Dickinson to get us going.
Should be a good one.
Controlled by Kansas.
Harris is super important for this Kansas ball club. He makes things go, especially with McCullough out right now. He's the decision maker.
Timberlake got it over to Dickinson. His outside jumper won't go. Rebound snatched down by Nebhard.
What a game for Timberlake last game. Filling in for McCullough.
Yep.
Had 19 points. Absolutely on fire from three.
They're going to need more of that from him again here this afternoon. Nebhard's going to take a three over Harris. And Timberlake right on cue with a rebound.
Let's see if Kansas goes back and look at that high-low action. Yep. Pass was a little bit too high by Furphy.
Furphy threw it away. First turnover of the ball game. Let's take a look at advanced stats presented by Invesco QQQ. Gonzaga 5th in the country in points per possession. They don't waste them.
And that's important this time of year.
They average 85 points a game. Kansas only 76.
Nolan Hickman handling the ball. He transitioned from point guard to shooting guard this year. And there's Watson getting right back to work. Nice offensive rebound.
After his great game, and Brendan already talked about it, 13 and 13 and 9 assists. Just missed the triple-double on Thursday.
You see Nembhard pushing that tempo, probing, see if he can get a quick, easy one.
Ike got it over Dickinson.
And Ike has great touch inside. He has excellent touch. He can shoot that fadeaway floater, jump hook, anything 15 feet on in, it's all his.
He's given away some size to Dickinson, but then again, most people do. Furphy for three. And cleaned off the glass by Watson.
And Kansas has gotten 3 really good looks early on in this game, but haven't been able to knock down any of the 3. They've all been wide open.
Watson will pull up from the free throw line. Not the start Kansas was looking for. 6-0, Gonzaga.
Hunter Dickinson, you may remember, he dislocated his shoulder back on March 9th. I talked to him yesterday about how he was feeling because that was his first game back on Thursday after missing the conference tournament. He said when it's behind his head, his hands are behind his head, it gives him a little bit of pain. He's a little uncomfortable, but once the game is going up and down, doesn't even think about it.
Adrenaline's a magical thing.
You know what? If the hands hurt when they're behind your head, don't put them there.
That's what the doctor said. Furphy for three.
Great inside-outside game. Dickinson caught it inside. Gonzaga defenders paying a little bit too much attention. Furphy knocks down the triple.
Furphy had a good game on Thursday, too. 13 points, 8 rebounds. There's a little avenue.
Great drive. Hickman turned the corner on the screen and roll. Was able to find the big fella underneath for the lefty score.
Furphy on the drive this time. And one.
I'm telling you, the more and more I watch Furphy, the more and more I'm impressed with his game. Obviously, you talk about the good size he has on the perimeter, the ability to shoot, and now you see the straight line drive, put it on the deck, and one stop.
Foul was on Greg to send Furphy to the free throw line. Completes the three-point play. 6 early for Johnny Furphy. 3 minutes in, Gonzaga by 2. Ike asking for it against Dickinson. They banged down low, and he walked with it. Dickinson held his ground.
Great defense by Dickinson. Ike trying to back him down, and Dickinson, that's a big man. 7'2", 265. Ike might be better off trying to face him. Drive around him. Maybe get to his jab step, his swipe throughs. Use that speed and quickness against the bigger body.
Whoa. There's a body and no foul called K.J. Adams on the drive.
And the guys like to use their body. K.J. Adams always looking for contact.
I'm telling you.
Quite frankly, I thought that was a charge right there. Hickman did a great job squaring up, and he thought it was a charge as well.
He did. The lob, and the second try goes for K.J. Adams. And ties us at 8.
Great play design there by Bill Self. I love when the coach can steal you a basket on a baseline out of bounds play.
And Gonzaga throws it away. Harris with a steal. Juan trying to take Hickman inside. Ball knocked out of bounds.
You see right here, Adams gets the screen. Furphy sets the screen, lob over the top. Adams kind of rushed it, but he sticks with it, gets the offensive rebound and finishes the bucket.
Fills up his stat sheet, gets a rebound and a bucket. Timberlake.
He stays hot. The 6-year senior continuing to stroke it from 3.
Kansas was down 6-0. Now they lead by 3.
Talk about being ready when your number's called. McCullough goes out and
Watson with a reverse slam off the feet from Nembhard.
Hold up. I see you, Mr. Watson. The reverse lob in the half court? You don't see that every day, Brad. You see guys pull up reverse dunks in transition, but most of the time not in the half court, and Timberlake keeps the good offense going.
Now both teams are warming up. Watson 6 already here early. Trying to back down Adams.
Watson going up top, putting it in reverse, throwing down the jam. Nembhard on the pass.
And now a look from our AT&T connected cam. Won't get a better shot of that reverse slam than that one by Anton Watson, part of his 6 points. And the whistle that stopped play before that timeout, EK and Dickinson were going at it, and the officials just blew the whistle and said, okay, foul on both of you. Let's clean this thing up right now so it doesn't get out of hand as we go through the game. We're only 5 minutes into it.
I like that. Officials are establishing what type of game it's going to be. If you let that type of play go on, it's going to be physical. They're saying, hey, we're not going to let it be quite hand-to-hand combat down there. Clean it up, fellas.
EK on the baseline. Can't get it. Adams can on the rebound. DeJuan Harris looking to push it. And now brings it back out. Timberlake trying to lob it to Dickinson. Got it there on a double team, and he still scored.
He is so skilled. Quick spin move. Wasn't able to spin past EK, but he spun right into that lefty jump hook.
Gonzaga started hot. They have cooled and trail by 5. Watson will try a triple. That's off the mark. EK trying to find the handle, does, and scores.
EK did a great job right there, just carving out space. Got into Dickinson's body and got that offensive rebound and went up strong. I will say this, on the defensive end, Kansas is running a show and recover, and Watson is staying lifted high. He's going to be able to get some opportunities because Adams is having to slide in to cover for Dickinson.
Dickinson has to kick it outside, and the 3-ball goes for DeJuan Harris.
Harris won't make a lot of those, but he's not scared to shoot it. He's improved in that area.
Greg, and he'll have a chance for a 3-point play.
Greg, nice, strong, aggressive drive right there.
Good-looking player, 6'10".
6'10", the ability to shoot it, put it on the floor. And he's really been a spark for this team. Ever since he was inserted into the starting lineup, the Zags have been playing a lot better.
And Greg, 75% free throw shooter, had a 12-point, 5-rebound game on Thursday in the win over McNeese. Rebound cleared by Parker Brown. Lob ahead. KJ Adams.
Harris, excellent find. That is incredible vision, and Adams throwing it down with authority.
Nebard gets it inside, and we're going to have a foul on Brown. We'll send Braden Huff to the free throw line.
Look at Harris. He's at half court when he throws this lob. Just sees Adams has a little bit of a step, and he understands what type of athlete he's dealing with right there. Throw it up top and let the big fella finish.
So Braden Huff going to the free throw line. Another 6'10 player, freshman out of Glen Ellen, Illinois. And that's his first point. Couch, courtside, wherever, refresh your fandom with a delicious Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. And Huff got them both.
They like Huff's development. So last year he had to play a lot inside against Drew Timme in practice. He was getting it handed to him, but it made him a better player, and they think in a year or two he's going to be able to be a strong contributor for him.
Murphy had it stripped going up, got it back on the baseline. Six to shoot. Adams will do the honors.
That's his area. He won't step too much outside of that, but 15 feet on in, he shoots floaters, little 15-foot jumpers. That's where he's comfortable. We got a jump ball. Oh, wow.
Possession arrow, Gonzaga.
Nimhart. Good tie by Murphy.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Hickman got it. His first points. Nolan Hickman.
Strong tape.
22-18 Kansas. Harris got it inside to Adams again. This time he missed. Greg will clear off the rebound. Hickman on the run, doesn't have numbers, and he'll pull it out. Tough. Little half hook. Doesn't go. And Furphy's got the rebound.
Harris wants a screen right here.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. No call.
Ran into Nebart. They're calling an offensive foul?
It's got to be something. There's a lot of contact right here.
I think he said he threw a hip.
I'm looking at that play. Like,
I don't know.
Now, whether you want to call it offensive foul or defensive foul, I don't mind. But you got to call it. You got to make a call. There was contact right there. The ball went out of bounds. Something happened.
That's just a turnover on Kansas. Timberlake trying to get the steal, and he hits the deck trying to do so.
A great defense by Timberlake in the passing lane.
6 on the shot clock, though. Gonna have to hurry, and they throw it away. Back comes Adams. Kick out Timberlake. 3 won't go. Murphy keeps it alive. Inside, Adams trying to find the handle. Had it stripped, but it's still going to be Kansas ball underneath with 11:27 remaining in the first half. Good game going on in Salt Lake. Kansas by 4. Well, they've got the lead and the ball on the baseline. The lob is into Adams. He muscles one up, but it's off the mark. They get it back, and DeJuan Harris. And now Dickinson on the outside. He rims one out.
That's Murphy's third offensive rebound this game.
They're going to get a third chance unless they turn it over. First NCAA tournament meeting. They've had some regular season games. Harris, no good. Watson clears off the glass. Nebhard, pull up from 15. Dickinson all alone for the rebound. Adams.
That's a charge.
Offensive foul.
Adams got away with a charge earlier.
Not that one.
Not that time. I tell you what, it takes some courage to stand in front of Adams.
You're not kidding, but Watson's the kind of guy that can do it.
Yes, indeed.
And Bill Self's going to go to his bench. Bring in Elmarco Jackson, the freshman. sits Adams.
Huff can knock that down.
Timberlake, the rebound. Here's Dickinson. Spinning.
Great defense by Huff.
Yeah, it was.
Understanding what Dickinson wants to do. Walled him up. Play defense without fouling. Strong, very strong play.
Hickman on the drive, and it's stripped from behind. And both teams pointing in the opposite direction. Watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Download now to stay up to date on all the action. Still going to be Gonzaga ball. Nebhart to bring it in. Maybe. Kickball by Harris.
Harris with great awareness right there. If he didn't get the kick ball, Watson was coming into play for an easy layup.
Huff got that one.
I told you he can knock him down, and he's not shy.
Cuts the lead to 1. We're past the midway point of the first half. Kansas is 0 for their last 7. Timberlake might change that. Nope. Hickman, the rebound. Chance for the Zags to lead.
Nemhart has a matchup outside. He's got to take this Dickinson on him. Attack his feet. But Dickinson doing a great job right there. The big man staying with the point guard.
Under 10 on the clock. Huff's got a little trouble down there. A mismatch with Harris. Nebhart can't get it in the lane on the floater.
Kansas was cross-matched that whole defensive possession. Dickinson with great defense on the perimeter. Ow, great block.
Shot by Stromer. Nebhart, Watson, up, not in.
Man, what
a lot
a
of
contest.
action for no baskets. Hickman can't get it either. The outlet to Harris.
Talk about a fun game. This pace is up and down.
Dickinson, little hesitation, and then to the rack.
At 7-2, that is big-time skill. Fake the handoff, kept the give, and then stayed with the ball on the outside hand for the nice finish.
Hickman to tie it. Got it. (24-24) with just over 8 to go first half here in the Midwest region second round. Jackson off the mark, and last touch by Gonzaga. 2 players hit it.
See Dickinson right here, fakes the give to Harris. Huff goes for it, and then keeps it in that strong left hand and finishes. Gonzaga.
And then Hickman with the answer on the other end. His 74th three-pointer of the year. Officials doing a good job talking to the players during some of these breaks. I don't want to say it's been chippy, but it's been physical. And there's some more physicality from Ike, who picks up the foul. 8-minute mark, right about where we started, only 24 more points later. Harris. And Adams play catch. Harris with a shot. And it goes. Juan's got 5 and breaks the tie. Here's an open look for Gray. Buried it.
And that's what I was talking about earlier with the pick and roll defense from Kansas. They're running a hedge and replace. They're running a hedge on the screen and roll, and when you replace that with a big up top, you can get wide open shots.
First lead for a long time for Gonzaga by 1. Jackson's feed almost picked off on the inside. 7 on the shot clock. Harris threw it over and through Parker Brown.
Watch this pick and roll. There's the hedge. There's the roll and replace. KJ Adams can't leave until Brown comes back. That's what leads to Greg getting the wide open jump shot. Just a little something for the Zags to remember. They've gotten some good looks, whether it's been Greg or Watson, when they've run that pick and roll and had that big replace high. Kansas is leaving both their bigs in the lane.
There's a no-look pass inside. Great feed from Emhart to Huff.
Now playing off of that, this time, Adams didn't want to leave his man, and guess what? Huff ended up inside. Same pick and roll action, different result. If you're the Zags, keep running it. Make Kansas solve that problem.
And a lazy pass by Harris results in a foul on Adams.
Great defense by Greg. Not giving up an inch.
Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. So since that timeout, and when Mark was talking to Dana, it's been all Zags. And there you see kind of a lazy pass, and then Adams trying to get it back from Greg, reached in, picks up his second foul. They don't want him in foul trouble because he was huge on Thursday.
Emhart anticipated that one. He anticipated. He thought that he was going to get Huff slide to the basket, but the play was to take one more dribble, and Greg was going to be wide open at the top of the key yet again.
Kansas got a finger on that ball, apparently, so it's still going to be a Gonzaga ball in front of the bench. Hickman picks up his dribble, trying to feed it inside to Greg. Greg working against Adams. Off the window. Big Ben. 7-0 run for the Zags.
Greg's fired up. He took that bucket away from Adams. And normally people don't go up into Adams' chest and get good results, but Greg did on that occasion.
Kansas needs some offense this trip. They've had a dry spell. Harris trying to get it for him. The runner won't go, though, and Greg with a rebound.
Emhart wants to push it.
And he's going to push it by himself, and then the kick out to Stromer. Dickinson clears the glass. Baseline pass to Timberlake, and he was fouled.
Pass by Dickinson. You see Greg, one bounce, just goes into Adams' chest, takes that contact, uses the square, and then look at the intensity in Mr. Greg running down the court.
Nicholas Timberlake at the free throw line at 19 on Thursday. Not this time. Dana.
Guys, we talked about Ben Gregg in the last game and how coach was worried about bringing him into the starting lineup instead of off the bench because they'd lose that spark. But when I talked to him yesterday, he said the juice is just there all the time, and it gives us better defensive options on ball screens when we can have those bigs out there. It's a whole new way that we can look at spacing the floor.
Good shooter, good size, has a good handle. And he's had a good game here in the first half. This time he sets the pick for Nebart. He's going to get it back. He's going to feed it underneath the wide open.
This pick and roll is giving Kansas problems. The hedge and rotate recover defense by Kansas is getting shredded. They're giving up layups, dunks, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want, Gonzaga's getting it.
And they matched their biggest lead of the ballgame. Boy, from that 8-minute timeout to this timeout by Bill Self with 5:11 to go, it's been nothing but Bulldogs. They played like a bunch of hungry Bulldogs.
Yes, indeed.
5 of their last 6 have gone, and Kansas 2 of its last 13.
And I wonder if Coach Self is going to make an adjustment in that pick and roll coming out of the timeout. Will they switch it? Maybe they'll go into a drop. But right now, the Zags see something they like in the pick and roll coverage.
Adams almost threw it away, cross courts, and it goes right back to Adams from Murphy.
Kansas a little disjointed coming out of the timeout.
Timberlake, still no go. Adams whips it behind his back. It's going to be a save for Kansas.
Great effort by Adams and Timberlake.
Doesn't Dickinson have to, there it goes. I was going to say, you want to get him a touch. He touched it from 3.
And when he touches it, good things normally happen. And now you see they're switching. Coming out of the timeout, Bill Self said, enough of that. We're switching the pick and rolls now. Our rotations are messed up. We're going to show you a little bit something different.
Huff rimmed one out from 3, and Timberlake will bring it down. And lob it into Dickinson on the inside this time. And he'll go to the free throw line on the foul on Huff. I was just starting to say, doesn't Hunter have to get a touch? He got this touch, and he has good touch.
Yeah, Dickinson has good touch from all over, mid-range, three-point line, and we know what he does on the low block.
Hits his first free throw. Watch CBS Sports HQ for free 24/7 coverage of the big dance and all the biggest moments in sports. Catch tournament highlights, picks, previews, recaps, and a lot more. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today. Hunter Dickinson, who came over from Michigan, where he averaged 18.5 and 9.5 this year, 18 and 11. Double-double, a walking double-double. Missed his second free throw, but he cut the lead down to 2. Only player in the Big 12 to average the double-double. Nembhard alive underneath the Watson, and Watson makes it pay.
And once again, I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but that mid pick and roll this time, Dickinson went back to the hedge, and Nembhard went down the lane and found Watson.
Dickinson again. Got a nice feed on the inside. Through that right shoulder. It's all bandaged up. And laid it in.
Strong take by Dickinson. It's not going to matter if Kansas can't get some stops. Watson has that mismatch inside, and he wants it.
Nembhard, quick first step. Huff found an open shot, thought about it, took it. He didn't like it from the get-go.
Seems like you never make it when you think about it.
Yeah.
When you catch it open in rhythm and you shoot it, normally good things happen. When you got to convince yourself to shoot it, a lot of times that's not the right shot.
Yeah, he was too open. He didn't feel it. Timberlake fakes the 3. Jackson had it knocked away from him, and Kansas gets it back. Dickinson scoop pass to Harris.
So skilled. Dickinson, excellent awareness. Saw Harris cutting right down the lane, fed him for the easy dime.
The 6-point Gonzaga lead has disappeared. We're even again. 35. Third tie of the ball game. Hickman with the finger roll.
And I love Dickinson as a big man, but he's giving up just as much as he's scoring right now. And the pick and roll, sometimes his hedges aren't high enough, so the guards are turning the corner and they're getting layups, or sometimes he's staying out too long and they're attacking the other big on the backside of the defense.
2 minutes to play first half. Harris, pull up 3, got it.
Great read. Harris came off the screen, saw Nembhard, went underneath, shot it with confidence.
Kansas back in front after being down by 6.
And that's what you have to do if you're Harris. Teams are going to give you that shot, make them pay.
That's his second 3 of the half. Hickman just inside the 3-point line, buried it.
Two-man game with Harris and Dickinson.
Kick out to Furphy for 3. Yes.
These teams are cooking right now. Running great sets, getting excellent looks. High-level basketball being played.
By 2 high-level programs. A minute to play. Wide open is Huff.
I don't even think I have to say it anymore, do I?
No. If people haven't heard you by now,
yeah, I'll stop.
They're not listening.
I'll stop. I don't want to turn the channel. But we might be the only game on. They might be forced to listen to us.
5 lead changes, 4 ties, and another 3 by Dickinson.
And Dickinson with the big 3-point celebration. Okay.
Puts his team up by 3. Wouldn't it be fitting if Gonzaga hit a 3 here to tie it at the break?
He might be speaking it into existence.
Nebhart saying, yep, we're not ready to go now. Wait till about 10 seconds, then we'll start to move. Nebhart will take it. Didn't get it, though.
Great offensive rebound.
And might get it with an old-fashioned three.
And that's why he's in the starting lineup. They need that energy all throughout the half.
These two heavyweights have combined to hit 10 of their last 11 field goals. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Adam Zucker, Clark Kellogg, Wally Zerbiak, and Charles Barkley break down our first half. A look ahead also to Michigan State and North Carolina. That's coming up on AT&T at the half, which is not very far away. Chance for Ben Gregg to cap off a three-point play before that timeout. And I said earlier, maybe we'd be tied at halftime between the number 4 seed and the number 5 seed. If this free throw goes, that will be the case. Comes out though.
The announcer's jinx. You did it again, Mr. Nessler.
44-43 at halftime. Even though you might not be a big basketball fan and you're only watching this because you filled out a bracket, you gotta love this. And a matchup with either Utah State or Purdue.
Both teams played so strong offensively in the first half. Both teams shot over 50% from the floor.
Yeah.
12 assists for the Zags, 13 for Kansas. Gotta love the pretty offense we got a chance to watch.
Nebhart with 9 of those assists on 19 field goals.
Wow, 9 assists in the first half. That's a lot of dimes.
Perfect. The hook shot short. Got his own miss. Timberlake thought about a three. Then thought about it again.
Timberlake shoots with unreal confidence for a guy that numbers-wise doesn't seem like he should be that good from 3. Only 29% on the season, but I tell you what, he doesn't turn down any jumpers.
Hickman's going to try to answer, and does. Hickman's second 3 of the ball game. Juan Harris, he had 6 assists in the first half. Murphy, that 3 rimmed out. Ike with a rebound.
That's the adjustment right now. We saw it right off the bat. What they're going to do is they're going to go 2-man remove. Ooh, nice take by Hickman. I'm sorry.
Finger roll way out off the window.
Ooh-wee. George Gervin style. There's one thing he can do. It's finger roll.
Gonzaga in front by 1. Until Adams hits that.
That's Adams' shot. That little push shot floater. Right from 15 feet on in. Adams is the type of guy that plays to his strengths.
Watson trying to get it down to Ike, working against Dickinson. He throws baseline with the left hand. Graham Ike, he's got 8. Dickinson double team, gets it out to Harris, and out to Furphy for an open 3. Ike will clear it off to Nebhart.
Didn't drop with great offensive execution by Kansas on that play. Ended up with a wide open jumper for Furphy.
Gregg feeds inside to Watson.
Great cut by Watson. And the great offense continues.
Watson in double figures with 10. Timberlake wanted a 3. They came out on him quickly, and he had to give it up. Harris with Nebhart right in his hip pocket. Takes it in, right-hander off the window. And we're going to have a foul on Watson.
Take a look at this dunk by Watson. Watson cuts right down the lane. Sees Hunter Dickinson back turn and then goes and tacks the basket. Excellent cut.
52-49 Gonzaga. 3 minutes into the second half. Pick and roll. Dickinson gets it back, corners it to Murphy for 3. And EK with another rebound. And all the way to the rack is Nebhart. His first basket. He says, you know what? I've been giving them up all day. I'm going to take one for myself.
And he said, listen, I've been passing to all you guys. It's about time I do it myself.
So Gonzaga comes out of the halftime locker room and has pushed the lead to 5. Dickinson spins on the baseline, short with the left hand. EK, another rebound. Zags looking to run away with his first 4 minutes of the half. EK does it on the other end.
Coach Few needs a timeout. Defensively, they're getting shredded.
Biggest lead of the ball game for Gonzaga. Bill Self has seen enough.
But the Zags have been powered by the excellent play from their front court. EK with 10 points, Watson with 10 points, Greg with 9, and Huff has 11, and he hasn't even been in this half yet.
Murphy, a pull-up from 16 is short. Nebhart on the run. Got Watson over there with him. And Watson fouled on the way to the basket.
Listen, Gonzaga just has a different gear to him when they get out in transition. Wow. Watson with the foul. We'll see if he'll be able to knock down the double after this.
First 4 minutes of this half, Brendan. The Bulldogs have come out zigging and zagging.
Yes, they have. But you see EK right here with a nice fadeaway over Dickinson. Then we see Watson cutting down the lane for the nice jam. It has been an offensive clinic for Gonzaga, shooting 62% from the field, 40% from 3. And they also have 14 assists to only 3 turnovers.
Kansas was at 50% at halftime. They're down to 44%. Watson going to the free throw line. He's got 10 points on the day so far. Local legend from Spokane. He's got over 1,000 points, over 700 rebounds, more than 200 steals, second only to John Stockton in that category in steals. So he is a Spokane native and has played great both Thursday and so far here on this Saturday game.
I got to get his shoe connect. I like his feet. He got those Kobe's on. I'm about to holler at my guy, Brad. I need those.
You do. Some really big ones.
For sure, size 17.
And Adams is run over in the lane. By Greg. It'll be out of bounds under the basket. Juwan Harris will bring it in. Had to lob it into Dickinson, and then he lost it.
That's the last thing Kansas needed right now. Down 9, 15 minutes to play.
And Bill Self normally has great plays on inbounds plays. Not that one.
And this is where you see the Kansas is really missing McCullough. Obviously, he's at 18 points per game. As we see Hickman knock down another triple.
That's his third 13-0 run now.
But Kansas missing their leading scorer right now is really standing out.
Murphy, a little off balance, and a foul under the basket.
Greg's walking a little gingerly. He might be calling to come out of the game. Yes, he is.
There's a guy they could desperately use right now.
Yeah. It's hard to replace 18 points per game. I know they say next man up, but when that original man averages 18, it's hard to replace that guy.
Right. Well, Greg came out with those 3 fouls now. Adams in low, off the glass and off the mark, and EK has been just cleaning the glass.
Yes.
And now he gets a nice feed inside.
You see Greg right here. Kind of gets tied up with Watson. Ankle, looks like a little bit of an inverted ankle sprain.
He's trying to stretch it out on the sideline with those 3 fouls. Those 9 points.
Those things always seem to tighten up on you a little bit more the next day.
They're going to need some Timberlake threes. They're going to need some Dickinson touches. Anything for Kansas because they're getting manhandled and they have no offense right now. Harris on a floater. That won't go either. Dickinson was in too deep to make the rebound pay off.
Yeah, just rushed it a little bit. Could have came down with it, took a little bit maybe of a power dribble, carved out some more space.
Jayhawks are 0 for their last 9 from the floor. Ike puts it on the deck, spins over Dickinson. That is a tough shot.
Faced him up, put him in the spin cycle like it was laundry day, and then faded away.
This is not what Kansas fans had in mind for the second half.
15-0 run for the Zags. Kansas has to do something to stop the bleeding.
The hook by Dickinson helped the cause a little bit. He's got 15.
They're going to need a lot more of that.
And a bump foul on DeJuan Harris. Couch or courtside, refresh your fandom with a delicious Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Well, try and decide. Look at the field goals this half. 8 out of 9 for the Zags. Kansas 3 for 15.
It's just quality look after quality look.
Yeah. Here's another pretty good look for Watson. And it goes.
And it all stems from the pick and roll. Right there, Dickinson stayed with his man. There was no hedge, no recover. So when Harris was behind his man, that led to the 2-man game, and Watson's open for 3. And Nembhard's a smart point guard. He's going to run it again.
Rare turnover for Gonzaga, and then a foul on Watson.
Perfect right there with the strong take. Watson trying to get the steal.
Ike is going to get a breather. And a glad hand from Mark Few over there on the sideline as he'll sit. The lob underneath to Brown on the pick and roll from Harris.
Great play. Really tight dribble handoff right there. First Kansas bench points all game. Definitely needed that one.
Nembhard has 11 assists in this game. His career high is 12. Looking for another one right here. And shot clock went off.
That was the first really good Kansas defensive possession that they've had in a long time. You see the bench standing up. They like it. They understand defense has to be Kansas's calling card for a few possessions in a row if they're going to get back into this game.
So Dickinson not on the floor right now for Kansas. They go with Murphy and Adams, Brown. DeJuan Harris at the bottom of the rim with that shot. Adams goes to the deck and got it saved without taking a timeout because they've only got one left. And then they lose it anyway.
Kansas is rushing a little bit, and Hickman's still down.
We'll check on him at the 12-minute mark remaining in the ball game. All right, Jamie, we'll find out. So far, tournament summer, the Dukes of the hard court are doing okay. James Madison, Duquesne, and the Dukies, the Blue Devils. Pac-12's perfect, including Arizona earlier today. Nolan Hickman took a hip to the face on that loose ball. KJ Adams' backside hit him right in the nose, so he's still clearing the tears on the Gonzaga bench, but he apparently is going to be okay.
Huff has a mismatch inside with Jackson. Let's see what he's going to get to.
Going to get to a feed underneath.
Excellent pass.
To Watson.
Great big action. Huff went inside, backed Jackson down to an area where he could score it, and then once the defense collapsed on him, he found his man, Mr. Watson, on the weak side.
Anton's got 17.
What a tournament for Watson. Almost a triple-double in game 1 and 17 points here tonight.
Yep.
I mean, this afternoon.
Dickinson is trying to feed it to Adams. Timberlake off the front of the iron. The rebound is Watson.
And Greg's back in the game, and he's wide open for three.
And he got it.
I think the ankle's feeling better.
71-53. That's Kansas. Last time out, they're trying to stop the bleeding somehow with just under 11 minutes to go. And the game reset. It's Kansas ball, but they don't have another way to stop it. Final timeout taken with 10:52 to go by Bill Self. It worked in the first half when he stopped some Gonzaga runs really early. But this has been something. 29-9. The Zags have outscored the Jayhawks in the second half.
Kansas, look at giving up 71 points. We still basically have 11 minutes to play.
First half it was back and forth with lead changes and ties. And it's been all Bulldogs.
It's just when you look at the offensive numbers, it's been an absolute clinic. Now the Zags have 17 assists, 65% from the floor, 54% from three.
Just keeps going up.
Kansas' problem, I mean, Kansas has 53 points. Their offense has been good enough. But the defense has been absolutely shredded all day long.
Floater by Harris doesn't go. He got it back. Defense is swarming on Murphy and Timberlake, guys that want to take threes. You know that. Now they're going to work it inside to Adams. His hook shot, too strong.
Yeah, that one didn't look good. Like he just threw it up there. Couldn't really get comfortable down on the block.
Watson, who's been huge today in the paint, to bring it back out to Nebhart. 6 on the shot clock. Found an open man, Watson. And Timberlake will pull it down for Kansas. Lob inside, Dickinson. And he was harassed from behind by Greg and didn't get the easy one.
Great block by Greg right there. Didn't give up on the play. A lot of times when that ball gets lobbed over you, you see guys just turn around and ball watch. Not Greg. He went right back in there and got into the action. That's why this coaching staff loves him. Extra effort and energy plays. And this time he gets the assist.
Stromer strokes it. 21-point lead.
Gonzaga is clicking on all cylinders.
They keep playing like this, they can go a long ways.
Oh, yeah.
Watson drives against Adams, gives it back. Nebhart 4 on the shot clock, got to take it. And he does. They used up all the clock. Everything's in their favor right now, the clock and the scoreboard. Murphy. Kansas can't buy one right now.
Yeah. Right now, Uncle Mo is not on Kansas' side. Even when they get good looks, they're not going in right now. Seem a little punch drunk out there. Look at this right here, 31-9.
That one skips off the hands of EK. Monday on CBS, grab your gear, join the NCIS team as they investigate an international crime with family ties. A new episode of NCIS Monday at 9, 8 Central on CBS. Harris out of the lineup now, so Jackson's going to run the point. And they turn it over on the first possession, and now Nebhart is fouled by Timberlake. 7:53 to go here in the Midwest region. A trip to the Sweet 16 looks like it might be Gonzaga's. Our game summary: Gonzaga shooting 63% from the field in the game, but look at the second half. 12 out of 15 from 2. perfect from 3, 34 points in the paint, 14 from the bench. And you can look at the other side, and as you can see, they outscored Kansas 31-9. And the winner goes on to meet the winner of Purdue and Utah State tomorrow. It's just been a dominating performance by Gonzaga in the second half.
Just think about it. This was a 1-point game at halftime.
Nebhard at the free throw line. Ryan only 3 points, but he's got a career-tying 12 assists.
It's just hard to be the team that's playing this efficiently from an offensive standpoint, and then they're not turning the ball over either. They're sharing the ball, taking quality shots, and they're hitting those shots.
Dickinson comes up short on the hook shot. Zags using a little bit of clock. They get it to Watson. He backs in and spins to the baseline and draws a foul. And he'll go to the free throw line.
Adams had his hands on his hips. He's just in disbelief. Thought he played good defense on that play, but Watson was able to draw the foul anyway.
13 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists on Thursday, and now 18 points so far in this game. Watch whip-around coverage of all the men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with Fast Break presented by AT&T in the March Madness Live app. Download it now. Another big game for Anton Watson. The lead has swelled to insurmountable 25.
Insurmountable? You calling it already?
Well, I shouldn't. I had a game one time. I had an LSU-Kentucky game one time. A 31-point difference with 11 and a half minutes to go, and Kentucky came back and won.
Wow, what year was that?
92, I think. Patino against Dale Brown, so it was somewhere around there.
Hey, feel free to speak on it. We might need to start using some of our best stories.
we could use your growing up story, when your growth spurt was and when you almost quit basketball.
Yeah, man.
You hung in there. I'm glad. I'm proud of you.
Appreciate it.
Hickman back in there after taking a shot to the nose. Watson hits the deck, but he's got 2 more.
And Watson's just been super strong. Catching the ball, going to Dickinson's body, then reversing. Well, it's been hitting threes, posting up. Doesn't matter. Watson has been a big-time player today.
Let's check in with Dana.
Guys, you're talking about Watson, and when we were talking yesterday, Mark Few said it's kind of like this year he's had to go from Robin, the way he was on the team, to Batman. And I'll give you some names that you'll remember. Kispert, Suggs, Timmy, those are all guys that came before him that he was the Robin to their Batman. He said this year he's changed his mentality, trying to lead more by example, more vocal, because he was always the do it by example. Now he's becoming more vocal, and look at what he's doing out on the floor.
Oh, man, he's got the cowl and the cape and the Batmobile and everything in these last 3 days. Gonzaga's hit 23 of their last 30 shots. No basket there by Ike.
This is an absolute shellacking put on by the Zags right now. You see Hunter Dickinson in disbelief over there. It's been that type of day for Kansas. Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield.
Ike backing in, is going to go baseline. He likes that shot, but he airmails it to the other side to Adams. Adams the outlet to Jackson. Jackson with a finger roll. Nice move by the freshman. That's his first basket. I got to say something about the crowd here in Salt Lake City, too. It was packed on Thursday. We had over 17,000. We got at least that many here today, and we obviously had an early start. They were here with us when we got here. There's some basketball fans, man, in this first and second round action.
Yeah, I was worried because we had the tip with the 10:45 a.m. tip. I thought the arena might be a little bit half full. It is standing room only in here.
It has been great. Danny and the Miracles. There won't be a miracle here today, I don't believe.
Danny Minute, he's from my hometown, man. We're both from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's a Greensboro legend. Great guy. Every time I've met this man, I mean, every time I've talked to him, he's always been so kind to me. I have a lot of respect for Danny Minute. Wayne Simeon's over there, too. Kansas legend. Saw him in the gym this morning working out.
You've spent a lot of time in that gym.
Man, listen, man, I try to stay dedicated to my workout plan, my diet and my workout plan, man.
Well, it shows.
I got a 4-year-old at home, man. I got to be able to move around, man. Can't put any extra weight on this body.
Tell you what, you fuel the fire too. You can eat like crazy. Working out helps a lot.
This too is true. You want to eat good, you better work out a lot.
Then Greg in the lane with the turns with the right hand and got it to roll.
Speaking of eating, Greg's been eating all afternoon.
He's got 14. Adams from the free throw line. So we don't know Kansas' opponent at this point, but let's say it ends up being Purdue. How you like the way they would match up?
Gonzaga's opponent? Yeah, I think if it's Gonzaga versus Purdue, it'll be a really interesting matchup. We'll see if Purdue's able to get the win, but
yeah, I said we don't know who's going to win that game, but if it's them, I mean, they've been one of the teams that's been #1 a good portion of the year.
I'll tell you what, man, I don't like Purdue as much as everybody else, and I could be wrong. I love Zach Edey. You know, I love my big fellas, and he's an absolute load inside. But I'm not sure if Purdue's guards are good enough to get them over the top this season. I think they have solid guards, but this time of year, you need somebody when the play breaks down that they can boogie and make something happen.
Need a guy like this too, assist-wise.
Yeah, exactly.
That one knocked away by Harris. Out with 3:23 remaining. Gonzaga Bulldogs that close to the Sweet 16 again. Did both those teams during the regular season. I like them both, but I think Carolina's got maybe a little too much firepower, and I think my big, large, and in charge partner probably agrees with me.
Are you just saying that because I'm sitting here, or do you really believe in my?
No, I mean, you were one of the great Tar Heels ever, and I'm sure you're pulling for them.
Yeah, I really like this Tar Heels team. So they really guard the basketball. Carolina hasn't had that defensive identity in a long time. R.J. Davis to me is arguably the best guard in the nation, so I like our chances.
Well, we'll find out. Gilbert Davis against Tom Izzo. That's coming up next on CBS. Should be a good one. This one was great in the first half. If you're just joining us and you go, wow, Gonzaga's blowing out Kansas. Kansas had a 1-point lead at halftime. But Gonzaga came out of the locker room like they were shot out of a cannon, and they never looked back.
And then we also have to talk about the fact that when Kansas hit that low where they needed some buckets as Nembhard gets fouled right there, they didn't really have anybody that they could go to.
No.
Dickinson was missing shots. Obviously, their leading scorer, McCullough, is not playing in this game, and we have to keep bringing that up because anytime a guy that's averaging 18 points per game is not available, that's going to impact your offense.
No doubt. This guy's already got 12 assists on the game, hit his last 2 free throws. His brother, a great player as well.
What a luxury for Coach Few to have a floor general like this.
Guys, you're talking about Andrew, his brother, or I should say Ryan. See, you said Andrew, now it's in my head. This was the thing for the coaching staff. They told me it was like a no-brainer to bring him in because they already knew him. He was so similar to his brother now with the Pacers. And the thing about Ryan is that he learned so much from his brother playing in those front court battles in their driveway that he would say he won some, his brother would disagree.
Sibling rivalry. It's the best part.
And Watson got hit in the face, little elbow to the nose action. He's asking to come out. Right
and
there.
It's going to be the follow through right there on the right elbow of Jamari McDowell.
That elbow to the nose, that always hurts.
Yeah, the eyes are tearing.
Wow.
40-18 advantage in the second half.
Those second half points, the differential is just incredible.
Dixon,
big time block right there.
blocked by Brown.
Brown not giving up on the play. Hickman had a drive. Even though the score has gotten a little out of hand, Kansas still has their pride.
Greg with 15 on the afternoon. Well, this Gonzaga team, we talked about a little bit on Thursday. There's a guy that's won it all 2 years ago. 52nd time Kansas has been in the NCAA tournament. 26th appearance by Gonzaga, 25 straight. But there were doubters in January when they fell out of the top 25 for the first time in quite a while. And a nice lead and a slam by Jackson. And then I had that Kentucky game, Jay Wright and Raft and I. And Mark Few said, you know, I think we're playing a little better. I think our fans are doubting us. But I think we can put a run together. And then maybe in our conference tournament, you know, beat St. Mary's or beat somebody, and maybe we'll make the NCAA tournament. They didn't think at one point, or their fans didn't, but they believed that they were going to make the NCAA tournament. They're 15-2 now. They're about to be 16-2 since January 18th. And if they keep playing like this, I wouldn't want to play it.
Wow. And the confidence you said that Mark Few had in this team when they weren't winning.
He never got rattled. He just said, I think it's in there on these guys. I think we can come back and make the tourney. So that's going to be it for DeJuan Harris and Adams. They're coming out. Some of the guys that aren't used quite so much, including the coach's son, checking in for Gonzaga. And that means Mom gets to really be happy.
She'll be super happy if he gets a bucket here.
Yeah, no kidding. EK at the free throw line. Another big game for Graham. And he goes out.
I mean, just look at the points on this Gonzaga front line. 15 for Greg, 6 for 6 from the field. EK 7 for 11. He has 15. Watson 8 for 11 with 21. And then Huff with 11 points himself. Wow, front line, complete domination.
Knocked away, out of bounds. It'll be Kansas basketball with just over a minute to go. So Gonzaga's going to the Sweet 16. They made 8 straight trips to at least the Sweet 16. You can book it for 9 straight now. That's what you call building a program and keeping it consistently at an excellent level. And that one goes Jun Suk Yo, who scored yesterday, who scored again today.
You said that name flawlessly too. I'm giving you a lot of credit right there, partner.
Fluent in Korean. That's a whistle and a foul.
So you say. As soon as he scored, I was like, yeah, I'm going to let Ness handle this one.
You know, Marco Jackson to go to the free throw line. A lot of long faces on the Kansas side there. This will be their 11th loss of the year, and that's unlike them. They lost 8 in conference play in a Big 12 that was as good and as tough as any year I can remember. So it's not been a normal Kansas year. Haven't had the depth, and then losing one of your star players down the stretch doesn't help the cause either. And El Marco will come out. That'll be the end of his day. Some of the people are screaming, "Few, few, few." Some of that's for Mark, but most of it's for Joe, who's on the floor right now wearing number 15.
They'd love to see Joe get a bucket right here.
Shot doesn't go. Brown was fouled on the rebound, but they're not going to call it.
Thankfully.
And 0.8 seconds to go. I want to thank our great crew here in Salt Lake City. Our producers, Ryan Galvin, Bill Thayer, our director, Chris Svensson, my partner, Brendan and Dana, the Hall of Famer to my left, statistician. What's your name again? George Hill.
That's the man, man.
George is the man. Everybody knows George.
Yeah, George always.
People walk up to George in the lobby in the hotel. Hey, George.
George always gets you the good stats. I'm telling you, next year I'm coming back with a George of my own.
Anyway, I want to thank everybody who put in all the long hours, day and night, here in Salt Lake City. It's been a lot of fun. Hasn't been fun for Kansas fans in the second half, but we've had some great basketball. Other than that, and the final, 89-68, a dominating second half performance.